I believe at that moment Puffy was terrified for his life. I think that he was afraid because all of the things that had gone out and about that party, they were singling him out, and I don't think that he thought he was going to survive it.
Al B. Sure just sent the internet into chaos after revealing some shocking details about Angie Stone's mysterious death and her alleged connection to a secretive white cult. Angie wasn't just another singer, she was a major figure in the music industry. She was also one of the first people to see Diddy's dark side and even helped him break free from some of it. But before long, he went right back to his old ways. Angie passed away just days after she planned to sue Universal Music Group for allegedly stealing millions from her. Now, no one is outright saying that Universal had something to do with her death, but let's be real. The whole situation seems shady. And Al B. sure isn't staying quiet about it. He's exposing everything, even sharing text messages where Angie spilled some serious information to him. It really seems like she was taken out before her time. As most people know, Angie tragically lost her life in a horrifying car crash. She was coming back from a show when her car flipped over multiple times, leaving her and some of her crew members badly injured. At that point, it's believed she was still alive, struggling to free herself from the wreck. But then, out of nowhere, a truck slammed into her overturned car while she was still inside. That crash is what sealed her fate.
R&B singer Angie Stone has died in a car crash. We're told she had just finished a concert in Mobile, Alabama Friday, was heading to Atlanta when the van she was riding in crashed. It's still not clear why they crashed.
And if that wasn't suspicious enough, she was the only one who didn't survive. Now, I'm not saying this was some kind of conspiracy, but think about it. What are the chances of getting into two freak accidents back-to-back within minutes, and she's the only one who doesn't make it? Things only get weirder when you look at what was happening in her life before the crash. Just before she died, Angie was gearing up to take Universal Music Group to court after discovering they had allegedly been pocketing her royalties for years. And we're not talking about small amounts. She was missing at least $1 million over the past few decades. Angie was furious because she said if she had gotten all the money she was owed, she could have retired 20 years ago. But because she was never paid what she deserved, she had to keep working nonstop. What's even crazier is that she was still working on the night she died. She had just finished a show and was making that long, exhausting trip home at 4 a.m. She shouldn't have had to live like that, constantly on the road just to survive. But that's what happened when they took all her money. And let's not forget what Angie herself said. She warned everyone in one of her last videos that she didn't know what they might do to avoid paying her. Then, just days later, she dies in a bizarre accident at 4 a.m. And somehow, everyone else involved in the crash survived except for her? Something about this just doesn't sit right. And no, this isn't just about Diddy and his weird parties. There's more.
A lot of my publishing, a lot of my royalties, my mechanicals, they have all pretty much been stolen. Where are my royalties going? Because I'm not getting this. Come to find out, Universal Music has been receiving all my royalties, all my mechanicals. But they have taken all the monies that were due to me, people that were working on my behalf, never even registered the songs, all the songs that I've done. I'm only coming to find out they were not properly registered by the companies that I signed over to. So I'm truly a walking testimony that God has carried me all this time. Because if you only knew how much money they have taken from me, how much they have stolen from me, monies that I'm supposed to be, I should have been able to retire 20 years ago with the money I've made, supposedly. But there are key people that have been driving the ships. And what they've been doing is improperly representing me, improperly stealing from me, taking things in their own hand, changing and switching lanes because they knew I didn't know that part. The legal side, when you hire attorneys and managers and agents, they're supposed to make sure the gray area over there that they're in the driver's seat for, they're supposed to make sure you're taken care of. So I'm just here to let you know, one way or the other, Universal music, you're going to have to give up my coins. I mean, when you sit back and think Bruno Mars, Dr. Dre, when you think about all these people that have sampled music, if they're filthy rich on it, what's our problem? And that's why I'm telling on Universal and all the people that y'all work with me, y'all know who you are. You've been spotted. You've been seen. Your worth is useless to me now because I've seen the data. That's all I'm going to say. I got a team of people, a diesel crew, that's really trying to help me navigate things. And if I never get it, at least you heard it from me, because I don't know what they might do to keep from paying me all the money they owe me.
Shortly before she passed, Angie also talked about feeling like she was under a spiritual attack. She had a serious blood infection that nearly took her life, and she believed something unnatural was happening to her. If it weren't for prayers, she felt she wouldn't have made it as long as she did. At the time, she didn't share many details about what caused the infection, but after she died, Al Bisher posted about it and gave more insight. It's starting to look like this infection might have been the industry's first attempt to silence her. A lot of people weren't happy with how Al Bisher got involved, though. It wasn't necessarily about him exposing the music industry. It was the way he did it. Instead of just honoring Angie's memory, he posted a tribute that included private text messages between them. In those messages, Angie shared deeply personal things that were never meant for the public. Al Bisher started off with what seemed like a heartfelt tribute to Angie Stone. He admitted that he was struggling to put his thoughts into words because it was hard to describe just how strong, talented, and incredible Angie was. Instead of trying to express it himself, he decided to let Angie's own words speak for her. That's when he shared the last text messages they exchanged before her passing.
I knew it was an attack. I knew it was a spiritual attack on me. However, I was treated, and God healed me, cleared up. They cleared up the blood infection.
At first, it seemed like a touching way to honor her, but things quickly took a turn. As soon as he posted those private messages, people started calling him out. Many felt that it was inappropriate for him to share such personal conversations, especially when Angie clearly had no say in it. The messages started with Angie reaching out to Al B. Sure, sounding urgent. She wrote, "Hey hun, it's Angie Stone. Please call me ASAP. A lot is going on with this transplant situation. I have 2 possible donors, but they're discriminating against Black people. It's been 5 years. Al responded to her in a warm and supportive way. Hey there, Queen. It's great to hear from you. I'm on a plane right now, but I'll reach out as soon as I land. Then, in her next message, Angie changed the subject and started talking about Diddy. She seemed relieved that the truth was finally coming out about him, something Al Bisher had been warning people about for years. She also brought up Kim Porter, who had passed away under suspicious circumstances, and suggested that Kim was helping expose Diddy from the other side. Angie wrote, "Call me when you have a moment to talk. I've been praying for you ever since. All this craziness started coming to light. You've been saying this for years, and now the truth is finally being exposed. Diddy is going down, and I had no idea just how deep it all went until now. I'm praying for you and supporting everything you're doing. I also pray that you and your son Quincy reconnect and that he walks away from that toxic situation. Everyone knows he should be with his real father. Kim is finally at peace. And since she was born just a couple of days before me, I feel like I understand her spirit. I know how she moved, and I have no doubt she's the one helping you from the other side. Stay blessed and know that I'll always be here for you. Peace and blessings, King." The fact that Angie mentioned Diddy in her final messages made people pause. She wasn't just talking about him casually. She was connecting him to something much bigger. Right before she died, Angie had also revealed that Diddy had once come to her, desperate for prayers because he believed his life was in danger.
I just happened to be in the studio this particular day, and because he never ever really bothered with me or spoke to me in that fashion, I wasn't a part of Uptown, I was just at MCA. On this particular day, I was coming off the elevator. I will never forget it as long as I live. And Puffy came to me, first time, speaking to me as a decent human being. And he said, "Hey, Miss Stone." I said, "Yeah, what's up?" He said, "How are you?" I said, "I'm fine. I'm shocked you speaking to me." He said, "Miss Stone, would you please pray with me?" I said, "Well, of course." When he asked me to pray with him, I believe at that moment Puffy was terrified for his life. I think that he was afraid because all of the things that had gone out and about that party, they were singling him out, and I don't think that he thought he was going to survive it. And I was just happy that whenever he didn't speak to me, I knew he couldn't see me. But on this day, he saw the God in me, which was so not about me, but it was so about the spirit that I carried.
This was right after the scandal involving Shine and Jennifer Lopez, and Diddy seemed shaken. Angie had been involved in a lot of things behind the scenes. Some people believe that she was taken out because she knew too much. Her name was even linked to the rumored occult sorority group, Zeta Phi Beta. No one really knew she was associated with them until they posted about her after her death. Why did she join them? That remains unclear. Some speculate that she became a part of the group to protect herself from the threats she faced in the industry. But if the rumors are true, that protection still wasn't enough. If someone really wanted to silence her, they found a way. People online couldn't help but see the similarities between her tragic death and other shocking losses in the music industry. One person commented, "Angie Stone's passing is just like Left Eye from TLC. A car crash, the vehicle flipping over, and her being the only one who didn't survive. It's eerie, tragic, and doesn't sit right." Another person added, "Diddy, being the narcissist that he is, knew Angie was one of the few people who would show him empathy because of her spirituality. Like she said, he never paid her any mind before, but once he needed something, he suddenly recognized her worth. She had a beautiful gift, but he wasn't going to acknowledge it. He was just there to drain her energy like he always does. She seems like an earth angel, the kind of person who naturally attracts toxic people. This entire situation has left people with more questions than answers. Angie's death was sudden, and the circumstances surrounding it feel off. Was she just in the wrong place at the wrong time? Or was something more sinister at play? Did she know too much? Was she silenced? Before she could take things further,